So how much does it really cost to compete? That's what today's video is all about. I'm going to be breaking down everything from monthly expenses, show day expenses. Let's get into it. What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Inez, and we are back with another competition series video. So in today's video, I'm asking one of the biggest questions that I'm often asked is how much does it cost to compete? The short answer is a lot, okay? It's a lot. What I'm gonna do to make it super easy for you guys to follow along is to break down my expenses with monthly things that are recurring, show day stuff that's gonna be one time and variable. Now, before I get into my expenses, you guys, disclaimer. These are my expenses, okay? Everyone has a different way of doing things. You can always cut costs. I will share a little bit as I go along the way why I do things the way that I do them. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you are here. Now, I'm not gonna really go too much into detail with this first line item here. When you are competing, you need activewear, okay? You need clothes to wear to the gym. So everyone spends what they wanna spend. Sometimes I am big on bargain shopping on like Amazon. Other times I'll splurge and purchase from some of my favorite activewear designers. But it's nothing like feeling cute and looking cute while you're in the gym getting ready. Just like I love this set I have on here, bra from EV Fit Activewear, and biking shorts from somewhere. I don't know where these shorts are from. But anyway, that definitely is something that you need to be prepared to buy, especially if you are a newbie to the gym and you've never really gone to the gym before. You're gonna need clothes to wear into the gym. My biggest monthly expense, however, that is recurring are my coaches. Now, I have 3 different coaches that I work with. I have a coach I work with for my nutrition and programming, who I've been working with for quite some time now, Derek Natural with Loud Performance Training. We've been working together for, 5 years now, I want to say. I also have a training coach who tells me what to do in the gym. So handling everything from my workouts, the rest periods, the tempos of my sets and reps, all that kind of stuff, Dwayne Turner at The Unknown Trainer. And then I have a posing coach. I have Phoebe Hagen, and she's been amazing to work with. Now, for privacy reasons, I'm not going to share all of their rates with you guys because I don't know when you guys are going to be watching this channel, but I will link them in the description box below if you guys want to reach out to them about working together. But I will say, all together, all 3 of those coaches combined come out to $525 per month. That is an expense that I had been paying long before prep started, okay? I started working with these coaches well into my off season. So for, like I shared with you guys, I've been with my nutrition and programming coach for about 4 or 5 years now. My trainer that I have been working with, I started working with him in summer of 2021, okay? Because I wanted to have a really intentional off season. My posing coach, I started working with her in November of last year, okay? So almost a full year from when I'll be getting on stage, I started working with a posing coach. Now, everyone has their own way of doing things. I personally do not feel like you should wait until your prep starts to work on posing, because you do all this work, you spend all these hours in the gym, you eating all this food, doing all the things to get on stage and to not showcase your best body and physique with posing. That's just crazy to me. So I knew for me to feel comfortable and rock it how I want to rock it, how I'm going to rock it on stage, I wanted to bring my best. And switching divisions from figure to wellness, I knew I had to really shift how I was doing things, and I don't want to leave anything to chance. So that is why my expenses have been where they have been as long as they have been. So after all my coaches, my next biggest monthly expense, you guys, is food. So y'all know, like, I'm eating 6 meals a day. I probably will end up doing a day in the life of everything I eat in a day kind of video at some point along in this prep series, so stay tuned for that. If you want that, make sure you comment down below, let me know. I always kind of feel like y'all get tired of those videos, but I'll do them if y'all want to see it. I budget anywhere from $70 to $90 now that I'm living in Texas. So those of you guys who followed me when I did my last competition season, I was living in Seattle. Cost of living there was significantly higher than it was in Texas. Just a frame of reference, when I was in Seattle, I would budget around $120 per week for groceries. Here in Texas, I'm budgeting anywhere between $70 to $90 per week in groceries. So on the higher end, I would say $360 a month, also including like my supplement powders, vitamins, and all of that stuff. So my next monthly expense are my gym memberships. And yes, that is plural, gym memberships. Now, I primarily train out of different Gold's gyms in the San Antonio area, just depending on what I'm training that day, what my schedule is, where on town I am. And I also have a membership to Planet Fitness. Now, the reason why I have both is because I do not like to wait for cardio machines, especially when I'm doing fasted cardio in the morning or whatever I have going on. And Planet Fitness, they just have a wide variety of cardio machines, and they're never all full. So that's why I'll always keep a membership there. That membership, I only go to one location, so that's $10 a month. My Ghost membership is around 45 bucks a month. So altogether, I would just say roughly around $60 a month for those, because sometimes out there I'll pop in, I'll grab a Celsius drink or grab some water or whatever. Now let's move on to the kind of exciting expenses. So these are the leading up to and getting ready for show day expenses. These are all the things that are glam, okay? Probably it's like some of my favorites. So the biggest one is going to be my competition suit. So I can't wear the same suit that I wore in previous shows because Figure to Wellness, there are two different types of bikinis that you have to wear. So I'm getting an all new suit this year. This suit that I'm getting, it's custom designed. It's made for me. No one's ever worn it. The designer that I use, she doesn't do cookie cut or anything. So no two suits of hers will ever look alike. Okay, now y'all know I'm a little extra. And I like that. I don't ever want to be on stage and I see somebody else in my suit on. Like, I don't, That's not what I like. So I don't mind paying for that. I don't mind paying for the quality of crystals that she uses either. So my posing suit is $800. Now there are some ways to cut costs on that. You can always, you can rent suits, you can borrow a friend's suit, you can do all those things. I personally do not do that because I'm big on energies, as you guys can tell. And I don't know the energy of the person that was wearing the suit prior to me. Like, I don't know if they had a good show. I don't know if they had a bad show. I don't know what they had going on, but I don't want that. And I don't believe in renting out my suits either to make money on them, because a lot of competitors will do that. They'll buy a suit and they'll rent it out to people. I just don't do that because, yeah, I'm a little protective of my space and my energy. So I invest in these suits and they're mine. So don't be surprised if y'all see this wellness bikini that's going to be glammed out, decked out on a beach this year, celebrating my post-show season, okay? Because they are just that pretty. They look like beautiful suits that you would see on a runway. And along with the competition suit, you're going to also need shoes. So I am not purchasing shoes for this season because the shoes that I have, they are so well broken in, you guys. Like, I put those shoes on, I feel like I'm wearing house shoes. That's how comfortable these shoes now are. And I don't see the need to, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix them. They look great. So I'm going to be wearing the same shoes. Now, the shoes can range depending on where you buy them from. The shoes that I'm wearing that you guys see in my posing video and the shoes that you'll see me on stage are from Shoe Fairy, and they range in prices, how much they were at the time that I purchased them. I am going to have on some bling, some earrings and bracelets, and I'm just going to budget $75 to the side for that. I probably won't even use all of it. Honestly, you guys, I've had some seasons where I got some beautiful jewelry off eBay for like under $15 for like my earrings, and then like the bracelets themselves are like 10 bucks a piece, 8 bucks a piece. So you can really find things on a budget, but I would rather over budget than under budget and be short. All right, you guys, and moving on with the glam is going to be makeup. So as I shared in my last video with you guys, with my first show this year, it's a local show. I don't really know any artists like that in San Antonio whose work that I've seen that I really like and love that's going to be at this show. So I will end up doing my own makeup for this show. In past seasons, I have paid to get my makeup professionally done, and I have paid anywhere, makeup and hair I should say, I have paid anywhere from $150 all the way to $250. And that just depends on how many touch-ups I needed, how many days I needed the services for. If it was a show that was across 2 days, then of course I had to pay more. If it was a show everything was on one day, only had one touch-up or just one application, then that was less. But anywhere between $150 to $250. The other expense that go along with makeup is hair. So I wear wigs, you guys, and I absolutely love the variety, the versatility it gives me. And as you guys can see, I have been living my best blonde life for like the past, probably the past 4 or 5 months. I've been playing in blondes and I absolutely love them. On show day, you guys will see me in another unit. In years past, I have gotten custom units made, and that was when I was kind of like newer to wig wearing, and I just really relied on someone to make it for me, custom color it for me, and all of that. I paid somewhere in the neighborhood between $600 to $700 for that wig, and I will say this, she's still gorgeous to this day, still dense, still full, still vibrant color, everything, so worth every penny. Since then, I have picked up another hobby, and I have taught myself how to custom color my own wigs, you guys. And that allows me so many more options when it comes to being able to buy something and then customize it myself. I've kind of taught myself how to do a lot thanks to YouTube University in terms of customizing the fit, color, you name it. I pretty much figured it all out. So more than likely this year, my hair expense is going to be cut in half of what I have spent years prior. So TBD on that, and I don't want to even put that as an expense because depending on what your situation is for your hair, whether you wear your natural hair, or you wear extensions, or lots of whatever the case may be, that looks different for each and every single one of us. All these things that I just listed for you guys with all of the show day glam stuff, you can always find cheaper alternatives to do these. You can always find sponsors to do these things. I would love a hair sponsor and a suit sponsor, and those are things that I'm definitely working towards. So just keep in mind as you go through this journey, there's always other ways you can kind of cut costs to make it more affordable for you in the long run. Now, let's get into the expenses of actually being able to compete and get on stage, okay? So I compete in the NPC. You have to have an NPC active membership. So that is a fee that you have to pay. It expires every single year, and I haven't competed since 2020. So that is something that I have to pay for in order for me to be eligible to compete in any shows this year. So I have that. I also need to register for the show. Now, every show has a registration fee, and the registration fee really depends on a number of things. It depends on how many different classes you're going to compete in and divisions you're going to compete in. I am only competing in wellness, and for classes, although I am eligible for 3 different classes, I'm only going to compete in 2 out of the 3 that I'm eligible for. I could technically do novice because I've never done a wellness show before, but to be honest with you guys, I've been competing for so long, I just don't think that's worth my while to do that. So I'm going to be competing in open and masters in my qualifier show. So I will post over somewhere on this screen how much it is going to cost for me to compete in those classes, because you do have to pay crossover fees when you compete in multiple classes. Now, if you're only going to compete in one class, and that would just be it, you'd be one and done, and that'd be everything. You also have to get tanned. So the tanning, it really depends if you're going to do like a self-tan option. Some competitors have done their own tan. I don't feel comfortable doing that simply because I haven't done it myself yet. Now, maybe one day I'll get to that point where I'm just like, yeah, I don't mind doing this myself, but I'm not there yet. So I'll be using the tanners that are there at the show venue. And if those rates are currently showing on the website, I will post them here. If not, you guys will have to kind of keep tuning into this series, and I'll share all of that as y'all know when we are in peak week and getting ready to step on stage in about 7 weeks. Now, this last expense with show day is optional, but I highly recommend it because listen, you have done all of this work. You have done, and it's a year, and it's not only just with prep, it's the year-long plus off season, the training, the dieting, everything. And to me, I like to be able to capture those moments. So having a photographer and a videographer is a line item that I am also setting things aside for. You can purchase the photos that they have at the shows. I typically don't do that because I very rarely care for the photos that I see like just on stage. But at the national level shows, there are great photographers who I will 100% pay for their images for because they're just that good. I may have a photographer, videographer alongside with me just to kind of help me capture even more footage for you guys and for everything else kind of like leading up to the show, even after this show is over. So to summarize, you guys, here are the monthly expenses for getting ready to get on the stage, and here are all of the like leading up to the show, like the glam expenses, and for me to actually get on stage. So take a little minute, drop down in the comments below, did you think it was going to be more than what I shared or less? You can even drop down the number you thought it was going to be. I'd love to kind of see what you guys think. because I've been asked this question so many times over the years, and I know there's so many different ways to do things, and there's a lot of hidden kind of costs that go into competing that a lot of people don't really talk about and think about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please take a minute to like and subscribe while you are here, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.